Come on board and travel with us. This is Global Fusion. SUNY Old Westbury exhibits African art and its historic value systems in educating a people, brings African culture to campus.
These carefully selected 16 objects from Africa that had been collected by Eric Edwards, who had a very focused mission and passion for collecting African arts over the 50 years.
Curated and collected by Dr. Eric Edwards, the exhibit includes 16 hand-picked sculptures from the 16th to 20th century from different African regions, including, but not limited to, the Congo and Cameroon. Hi, my name is Darrell Smith, and who do we have here today?
Haewon Lee. I'm the gallery director.
And can you tell us a bit about what's going on here today before we go into piece by piece?
Sure. So we have exhibition of African art. We have a total 16 pieces from Dr. Eric Edwards, who has collection of African art, more than 3,000 pieces he has amassed. So he has established a museum in Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn, Cultural Museum of African Art. So we have some examples of an African art from his collections. Helmet, it's called the Bundu helmet, was one used by secret society. Sande Secret Society was an organization that was responsible, played a role in educating girls. These masks were worn at the graduation ceremony when the girls were graduating from the secret society.
In the society, girls learned how to fulfill roles in fields including medicine, childcare, and religion.
Bamun shrine helmet. This was from Bamileke kingdom in Cameroon. So this was also used for initiation ceremony for boys, young men, especially those individuals who become kings. So this is a very specially selected for the exhibition because not too long ago, the new king from Bamun Kingdom in Cameroon was visiting our campus. So when he visited, this was kind of shown to him, presented to him. So Dr. Eric Edwards chose this object along with those two masks over there. They were from Cameroon. So if you look at this work, it's very big, large piece and has a special iconography. Here you have a double serpent. And then you also see these are spiders, 1, 2, 3, here 1, 2, 3, it's a symmetrical, and then has a very deep carving. This was used by hand-made tools. This has a lot of deep carvings, so the carving method and the material and the symbolism of these animals, I think there's lots to discover. So this was used in initiation ceremony for youth.
So rarely do you find in the African world anyone who has a collection of this magnitude. And when I say this magnitude, the variety, the depth, and what I mean by depth, the meaning of the people who created these pieces. What we have to remember when we talk about African art is never in the African world created for art's sake. African art is created for the people, right? It has a role, ceremonial role, healing role, conversations with the ancestors, right? Obligations in terms of what we call role description. And so when you look at these pieces, as Dr. Edwards explained earlier, every piece was selected
This was like used in, I think, in shrine, and this part comes off actually. You can lift it. Inside they put ancestral bones in vessel. So it's a vessel. On top of it, there's a statue. This figure. It's a powerful figure. I think he's a hunter.
Another artifact on display is the lunga, a vessel of ancestral bones with a statue on top.
This exhibition came to SUNY Old Westbury to reflect the culture of SUNY Old Westbury.
What inspired you to start collecting these type of art?
A father who was insistent that I knew what my true history was, and he embarked upon educating myself, my sister, and my brother, homeschool training as we know it today, to know African history and culture and our place in the world and from where we came.
It is said that one of Picasso's pieces was inspired by the African mask Picasso examined in the 1900s, showing African art's profound impact on other cultures and artistic styles.
Many of these sculptures and masks were incredibly influential to Western artists, especially during late 19th century, early 20th century. And most well-known example would be like a Picasso was totally inspired by African sculptures and masks, and he notoriously included some of these inspirations to his art, like Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. There you see the very scary, monstrous faces of the women. Those were influences of African sculptures.
Well, I hope that it will raise the level of awareness of the contribution of people of African ancestry to the culture and humanity and the educational knowledge of people of African descent, not only for the past 400 years, but the past 4,000 or 5,000 years.
Have this exhibition to be a teaching tool particularly to African American students at SUNY Old Westbury, and we are the first SUNY campuses of showing his collection, which is considered one of the best collections representing African arts in the United States and also in the world. So this is a very rare and important opportunity.
This wasn't somebody who walked around and said, I want that. This is someone who researched extensively and identified pieces that he wanted, and then he went after it. And so you talk about curation at a different level, right? At a level at which it speaks to the profundity of African art within the African world.
To put together a collection that would be relevant for the students of Old Westbury and informative. And I thought upon it and came up with this selection.
Thank you for choosing to travel with us today. Join us again on Global Fusion, where cultures merge.